let's get to torchbearers. Who were the standouts? It's funny, we talk about Tennessee's running game and their defense, but we could pick Joey Aguilar again if we wanted to. I mean, it's not as if the passing game was horrible by any stretch of the imagination.
No, Joey Aguilar is one of my torchbearers. I think he was superb in this game. Again, he misses every now and then, and he takes a couple of chances, but I still just that 218 yards was a very efficiently gained 218 yards. I think you and I would both agree on that. So he's absolutely a torchbearer. My controversial one is, and here's the one that I think you might wish you had Tracy Morgan back, because that's what people might be saying to me when I say this, but Boo Carter is one of my torchbearers. And
wow. See, that surprises me based off the body language just on that one play.
That one play, I was ready to write an article lambasting him, and I still might, by the way, later tomorrow. But I don't think we can overrate. He really, I mean, you get that one play. He worked his butt off right after that on that next drive, on the defensive drive. I mean, again, that's what I think stands out to me is for Boo Carter to make that mistake. He was lackadaisical. He should not have done that, and he knows he shouldn't have done it. And he went out of his way to make up for it the very next drive. And I think that doing that really stands out, and forcing a fumble that's returned for a touchdown and having a 34-yard punt return that sets up another touchdown. I can't really, as bad as that dropped fumble was, and it was, the way he bounced back with other positives made me put him on my torchbearers list today.
Okay, I can go with that. Any other torchbearers out there?
Andre Turrentine, because of his interception. I still think the pass defense could have been better, but I'll give Turrentine, and I still don't believe in Turrentine long term, but he had an interception. Got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, definitely. I thought that was a strong play. What about Caleb Beasley on the touchdown, or Boo Carter as a torchbearer? I know you said partly because he caused that fumble, but what did you make of that play?
Yeah, that was to me, that was all Boo Carter. I gave him all the credit in the world for making that play. I mean, heads up play by Caleb Beasley to scoop and score. Don't get me wrong, but that was the Boo Carter drive right there. Honestly, the whole sequence, and so that's why I gave it to him. But Caleb Beasley could definitely be an honorable mention for returning it. But I had to go more offense because we already mentioned Joey Aguilar. Now, this may be a little controversial, Dave. Some people would say Peyton Lewis for the torchbearer of the running backs, and the running backs collectively could be one. But I'm going to make Star Thomas my torchbearer, because he had 2 touchdowns and one of them was a reception. And I think that's, Peyton Lewis dropping that, what would have been a touchdown reception. If Peyton Lewis catches that, he's my torchbearer. But that drop, I give Star Thomas the credit as the face of the running backs today.
All right. We get to the report card, and oh, yes, one more.
One last underrated torchbearer.
Let me tease it forward. Brought to you by Rick Terry Jewelry Design.
Having been in the jewelry industry for a long time in the Knoxville community, I saw a need for a jeweler, a real jeweler.
Our ability to do these designs has really been based on the customers bringing new things in and challenging us as a store. Our goal is not to tell anybody what they want. Our goal is to listen to what they want and then help them get there.
Schedule your consultation today to get your special someone the perfect custom gift just in time for the holidays.
Don't forget about those new checkerboard diamond rings. They are gorgeous. You can get them in one segment or all 3. Order now for Christmas. Rick Terry Jewelry Design. Again, Rick Terry Jewelry Design. All right, Caleb. One last torchbearer before we get to a report card.
Yes, and the underrated one of the day, Lance Hurd. You don't see it a lot with offensive linemen, but Lance Hurd is having a quiet All-American caliber season at left tackle.
He is. He is. It is funny you mention that, because I thought that during the game.
Yeah. Tennessee, you notice they ran to their left a lot in this game, funny enough, and gained 235 yards. They didn't surrender a sack all game. As far as I'm aware, as long as Joey Aguilar was in there. They may have done one with Jake Merklinger, but yeah, they surrendered one with Jake Merklinger. But when the starters were in, they didn't surrender a sack. I think when you take that into account, Lance Hurd is a superstar. And I could say that about the whole offensive line, but Lance Hurd was just incredible.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing Glenn Ellerby start to develop an offensive line in his own molding. I think it's incredibly difficult just to go out and convince offensive linemen that are highly touted to come to your school when you don't have that history of success. he now has that, and I think it's tougher to get 5 offensive linemen than sometimes even 1 quarterback, Caleb, in recruiting. But Tennessee now has that, and you're seeing this offensive line being molded in Ellerby's fashion and in Heupel's fashion and this coaching staff's fashion as well. So I think that's huge.